All right, so this is one of the few articles I wanted to talk about. I wanted to make a video about this, but I wanted it to be like a dual discussion sort of thing. Very curious to know your thoughts on this. But before we get into it, Ubisoft has announced that the next Assassin's Creed game, which I guess is codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity, which already sounds like bullshit, is reportedly a Fortnite-like evolving platform. So basically, what it is it's a live service game that they plan on updating over time, and they're basically just making the biggest Assassin's Creed game there is. Bigger than Odyssey, bigger than Valhalla, bigger than Origins. Just it's almost as if they looked at Halo Infinite and said, you know what, why don't we just do that for Assassin's Creed? And it's obvious why they're doing this. You know, it's easy for them to make money through microtransactions, and DLC and all that. And they'll probably have in-game currency packs of some sort to try and sell to the audience of this title. And so would be something similar to like Fortnite or GTA Online, where it's supported over several years through updates mainly, and patches and all that. So it's almost like an MMA, massive multiplayer online, or MMO, excuse me, massive multiplayer online Assassin's Creed game. Before I, give my opinion on it, curious to know what your thoughts are.
Ubisoft is they're just long gone. Like, just reading that's just a bad idea. And again, people are liking all that Fortnite clone myth, so then again, it could turn out successful. But just looking at Ubisoft's reputation right now, they're just like in a real bad spot. And this right here isn't doing them any favors. I'm curious to know why they would even do something like this, to be honest. So,
Right, because no
I would
one,
never play it.
right, because like no one asked for this shit. No one, no,
Yeah,
no one emailed or Ubisoft or tweeted to Ubisoft, hey, wouldn't it be great if you guys made an MMO Assassin's Creed game? That's a live service title, and we just want one game that has a bunch of different updates and whatever else. I just, you know,
seriously, who's coming up with these ideas over there? I mean, their ideas have been awful for the most part.
yeah, some people over there at Ubisoft need to be fired. Like, you need to
They
go.
do.
Yeah, they need to go and work for a different company, because this shit is like basically what they're doing. They're hurting the brand at this point. They already like went off the rails years ago with Assassin's Creed Origins, and it's just become worse with each game. Like, if you look at Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there's nothing Assassin's Creed about that game at all. There's not
Mm,
even any assassins in it. I just, again, I don't understand the whole mentality of bigger is better, you know? And
right.
it's made even worse that these gaming journalists encourage games like this by giving it good scores and nominating it for like Game of the Year or whatever, which is what happened with Odyssey. And now it's like we go from one bad idea to another bad idea to a third bad idea to just some clear bullshit from the get-go. Yeah, man, I really stopped caring about this franchise back in Syndicate. Assassin's Creed Syndicate was the last proper Assassin's Creed game, and even then, that game didn't get the recognition it deserved, because they had basically ruined the story with Assassin's Creed 3. And then Assassin's Creed 4, as great as that game was, the overall arching story was pretty much ignored as far as the modern day tropes. And then it just got to a point where it's like, why even follow this anymore when Unity came out? And I think Unity was the game that's responsible for the most damage to the series, up to that around that point. And so now it's like Assassin's Creed is basically whatever Ubisoft says it is. It really doesn't have an identity anymore. It's basically become like a second Final Fantasy, um,
Right.
where they just make games and just slap the franchise name up on it, even if it doesn't fit, and just you know this is Assassin's Creed. It's like, but it's not Assassin's Creed. So,
Right.
but that's basically what's been going on with Ubisoft with this franchise. At this point, I would like to see like a return to like Prince of Persia or something like that, but they probably would find a way to fuck that up too. Hell, the remake.
Didn't they have a trailer for that and they fucked it up, so they're working on it right now?
Yeah, yeah, basically. People love like when they showed off the trailer for the remake, the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time or whatever. The graphics clearly was not up to modern standards, so they received a lot of backlash for that. They basically delayed the game indefinitely without a release date, and so that alone right there should tell you they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just at this point, Ubisoft, they're basically in the same camp that Square Enix is in. I'm just I see no reason to support them as a company anymore. Every fucking game they release is the same. They only focus on maybe like around three different franchises, which is Tom Clancy, Far Cry, and Assassin's Creed, and almost nothing else. Anything else they work on is like a sports game of some sort or something like that, or just some other side
That
project.
fucking,
Go ahead.
I'd say that damn sports game they had is probably the most unique and actually good looking thing they had in a long time, I'd say. That one we watched in that trailer.
Yeah, that game actually did look good for what it was. I just find that peculiar that they don't have anything that remotely matches that. Now maybe the new Far Cry game, Far Cry 6, maybe that'll turn out to be something that does look better than what happened with Far Cry 5. So I'll give them that, but I'm not expecting them to reinvent the wheel with that game or whatever. Yeah, man. I just, like I said, I wrote off Ubisoft really last year. Like Assassin's Creed, or not Assassin's Creed, but it should may as well be Assassin's Creed. But Watch Dogs Legion, that game really was like the last straw for me. Like, it's like you guys just keep releasing bullshit and you don't even care. And then their fan base is like full of idiots too. Like, you people are so fucking stupid. You're almost just as dumb as the Final Fantasy audience. I don't know, man. They just don't care. I don't understand how you have two games almost in a row that are just critically panned with Assassin's Creed 3. I think critics went easy on Assassin's Creed 3 when that game came out, but that game is terrible. That's one of the only two video games I've ever played where the game was so boring I actually fell asleep at the controller. Not because I was tired, but because the game sucked ass that much to where it didn't keep my interest and I just fell asleep. By the way, the other game that put me to sleep was Final Fantasy 13. So, um, but yeah, they just I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I don't even want to fucking discuss Ubisoft anymore. It's like I fail to see the point of, you know, at this point it's like everything they announce is just bullshit. So why even talk about them? You know? What's the point?
Yeah, they clearly have no idea what they're doing. And they're really trying to make a profit. Like, ideas they got going on right now really aren't helping.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, I just I don't know what's going through the minds of some of these producers and executives and shit at these companies, but this is not a good idea at all. A live service Assassin's Creed game. I mean, what is it gonna take? You know, because wait for EA to fix like Star Wars Battlefront 2, it took like the government getting involved and them receiving a call from Disney, the overlords at Disney, to really turn the ship and give them a warning, like, look, you're fucking up our brand. Um,
Right.
but Ubisoft doesn't have overlord voice that's like that, so they don't have a parent company to come in and say, you guys are fucking up. If you keep fucking up, we're gonna take you to court. So they don't
Yeah.
they don't have that that devil or that angel on their shoulder. Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is, man. But I can tell you one thing, I'm not buying this shit. I don't even want to see the fucking trailer for it, to be honest. This just to me this screams Square Enix's Avengers all over again. That's exactly what it's going to turn out to be. Yep. Ubisoft. I'm just done, man. I'm done. They've been fucking up for years, and Assassin's Creed has been shit for a long time. The last truly great game in the series was Assassin's Creed 4. So that was back in 2013. That was like what 7 years ago, 8 years ago. So yeah, fuck it, fuck Assassin's Creed Infinity.